In this milestone, we move deeper into preparing our high-availability cluster. Now that we've confirmed connectivity, verified hostnames, and configured /etc/hosts across all nodes, we are finally ready to install the core high-availability components. This includes the PCS tool, pacemaker, ChorusSync, and the fencing agent packages. These software components form the backbone of our cluster's communication, resource management, and failover capabilities. Before we start running any commands, it's important to understand what each package does. PCS is the command line tool we use to configure and manage the cluster. Pacemaker is the actual cluster resource manager, the brain of the cluster. ChorusSync handles cluster communication, node membership, and messaging. And finally, fence agents are used for Stoneth, the mechanism that safely isolates failed nodes. Together, these components allow the cluster to make decisions, detect failures, and recover services automatically. Preparing Node A for package installation. We begin on Node A, the same way we start all major changes. By clearing the screen to keep everything clean and easy to follow. Then we run the installation command from our lab document. This will download and install the high-availability packages along with their dependencies. You may notice that installation takes a few moments depending on repository speed. During this time, it's normal to see package metadata refreshing and dependencies being pulled in. Installing HA packages. Here we are installing the required packages using a single command. The Y option automatically confirms installation without prompting. Once the installation completes, we should see that PCS, pacemaker, ChorusSync, and all fence agents are successfully added to the system. This prepares Node A to participate in the cluster. Repeat installation on Node B and Node C. After Node A finishes, we switch to Node B and run the exact same installation command. Consistency is extremely important. All nodes must have the same components installed. Once Node B is complete, we move to Node C and install the high-availability packages there as well. By the time all three installations finish, every node in the cluster now has the full HA stack ready for configuration. Setting the password for the PCS user. Before the nodes can authenticate with each other, we must set a password for the built-in cluster administration user called HackCluster. We do this on the three nodes. After typing the command, the system will prompt for a new password. This password should be the same one we will use when authenticating the nodes together in the next milestone. Make sure to set a password that is simple to remember for the duration of this lab. Verifying PCSD connectivity. Once the PCSD service is running and the HackCluster password is set, we can run a quick check to confirm that the PCSD daemon is active. These commands will later show more detailed information after the cluster is created. But for now, seeing no errors is enough to proceed. Enabling and starting the PCSD service. The next step is enabling and starting the PCSD service. This service handles authentication between cluster nodes and is required before they can form a cluster. We run the command to enable it on boot, and start it immediately using systemtl enable, now PCSD. Then we check the status to ensure the service is active and running without errors. We repeat this process on Node A, Node B, and Node C. Section Summary. So in this milestone, we have successfully installed the PCS, pacemaker, chorusync, and fence agent packages on all 3 nodes. Enabled and started the PCSD service. And set the password for the HackCluster user. This completes the foundation needed for the cluster to be formed. In the next milestone, we will authenticate all nodes together and begin creating the actual cluster configuration.